Welcome back. You watch Morning Live. Hunger and malnutrition still kills more people every year than HIV/AIDS, malaria and tuberculosis combined. Good nutrition, an adequate and well-balanced diet is a cornerstone of good health. This World Hunger Day, under the theme Good Nutrition, we look at ways to combat hunger with CEO of Stop Hunger Now is Saira Khan and Group Manager of Socio Economic Development at Sun International, Nancy Ncube. Ladies, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you very much, Sam, for having us.
Saira, let's start with you. This theme of good nutrition, I mean, World Hunger Day focuses maybe once a year on this plight that affects millions of children, millions of people, but it's something that Stop Hunger focuses on a day-to-day basis.
Absolutely. I think, it's great to have a day like this where we bring awareness to people, but the reality is that every day millions of children and people are going to bed hungry, chronically hungry every day. So good nutrition is very important, and it's not just about hunger. I always tell people there's a difference between hunger and malnutrition, and malnutrition is the bigger killer. So I can give you a burger and it will appease your hunger, but have I given you something that's nutritious? No, I haven't. So you will still have malnutrition, although you're well fed. Okay. So the importance with good nutrition is that it's got to be a balanced meal, and it's got to provide you with both energy as well as nutrients that's going to allow your body to grow. So good nutrition is a good theme for this year because it's important that people understand what nutrition is.
Nancy, we still find, and I bring it from a corporate perspective, I mean, if you look at CSI and the investment, just under 9 billion was spent last year, 8.1 to be exact. But we still find that a lot of organizations don't understand what, and I'm glad that Saira gave the definition, but they don't understand the difference between when a child is hungry and when a child is malnutritioned.
For the longest time, I think, unfortunately, we've all been focusing on ticking boxes, whether it's compliance with BEE or compliance with regulatory authorities. I think, in fact, I know that at Sun International, we've changed our focus. We are now getting involved in programs that fundamentally change somebody's life. The reason we're involved with Stop Hunger Now is because the meals that we pack during the week from the 13th till the 20th of July are going to feed 53,000 children for a whole year. This is, I know that it's not a lifetime, but it is a sustainable way of doing social development.
How do we stop this problem, Saira, about making sure that kids get a nutritious meal? I don't want to just a meal, but that we make sure that kids don't go hungry. And a lot of these problems, I think, are also related to the fact that there are serious households that are headed by children.
Absolutely. I think in South Africa, and I think in a lot of African countries, we're in quite a unique situation. Because yes, poverty is the biggest cause of hunger. But I think also what we're facing here in South Africa especially is that the HIV/AIDS pandemic has left a devastating impact. We've lost a generation, so there's a generation of children growing up in households where there are no adults. And for this generation of children, we're saying to them, you need to go to school, okay? Fair enough, they need to go to school. So where does the income come in? How do they get meals, all right? You wonder why young girls are having old men as their sugar daddies. It goes back to hunger. That elder sister cannot see her siblings starving. I think hunger is one of the basis causes of all the ill effects we're seeing in society.
There's a lot of social ills and it's related to hunger.
There's a lot of social ills related there.
Let's talk quickly about partnerships. I know that the theme is good nutrition, and if you read up on what the global campaign is, it also is about partnerships, about finding strategic alliances to make sure that we can combat something that actually has, as Saira mentioned, a knock-on effect on so many other things.
Exactly. Our partnership with Stop Hunger Now goes back a couple of years, but this year we've extended our partnership. In fact, we've opened some of our hotels to have the meals packaged on site. So whether you are in the Northwest, you can go to Sun City and package meals, or if you are in the Eastern Cape, you can go to Boardwalk. We've actually opened 5 of our hotels to make it easier for people to actually, give off their 67 minutes and make a difference for an entire year.
Very quickly, I'm going to give you 10 seconds. You're aiming to break the world record for the most packed meals in Mandela Month. Very quickly. Talk to me about it.
Absolutely. You know me and challenges. Last year I issued Million Meal Challenge. People thought I was crazy. I also thought I was crazy, but we did it. We did 1.2 million meals. This year the challenge was to take it global. Mandela, to me, is an icon that we need to celebrate globally. And I'm privileged to have the opportunity to do that. So it's a theme called Follow the Sun, and very quickly it starts in the east and ends in the west. We've got Malaysia, Philippines, India, Italy, South Africa, the USA, 20 locations in Peru involved. South Africa is taking the lead in this. The challenge is 10 million meals. South Africa, we're planning on doing 3 million. I think we've done that already.
Sarah Khan, she's the CEO of Stop Hunger Now. Nancy Ncube is the Socio Economic Development Manager, Group Manager for Sun International, talking about World Hunger Day, which is today. The theme is good nutrition. You can log on to www.stophungernow.sa.org to find out more about the campaign. 3 million meals will be packed during Mandela Month. Go and check it out. We take no, we're not going to go break. We're going to go to our area. But locally, it will be 3 million. Internationally, it will be 10 million. It's time for us to welcome our guest.